Today we're going to be reviewing the Willow Go, the Eufy. This is like one of the brand new mobile pumps on the market, and the Momcozy M9. I am currently 9 months postpartum with baby number 2. I breastfed baby number 1 for about 13 months. So I have been feeding for a long time. I am partnering with Momcozy with this video, but as always, you guys know my thoughts and opinions are my own. These pumps are expensive, so I just want to give you my opinion on these pumps as just a working mom, and I got 2 kids. I really love the mobile pumps for their flexibility and that you can just pop them in your bra and go. I'm gonna piggyback off my previous video, and my number 1 wearable pump at the time was the Willow Go, so we're gonna start with the Willow Go. Okay, so these are the Willow Go's. Some pros about this one is you can upgrade the cups if you make a lot of milk. Also, I have elastic tissue, so the flange worked fine for me. I would say they're fairly easy to take apart to wash and put back together. I wouldn't say there's definitely more complicated parts to put together. It's not that bad. They hook up to an app on your phone, which is really, really nice. And you can switch the modes either here or on the app. Some downsides that I spoke about in my previous video, but I'll mention them again. So for me, this plastic flange is really hard, especially if you are engorged and you're trying to put these on. They don't give you much flexibility, so they can be hard to pull the milk out. So sometimes when I'm really engorged, these are really, really hard to empty me, and it really just doesn't work. Another thing I've noticed is they don't stay charged that long, and compared to these newer pumps that can hold a charge longer, that's really disappointing, especially for the price point. I've also found that one of them, the left side, typically loses power faster than the right. I'm not sure why, but I mean, unfortunately with these pumps, they're one-time use and you can't return them. These are heavier compared to the other ones, and I think either you love these or you hate these, and I would say that they do work, but now they're probably not my favorite. So next is the Yuthi. Now, I was really excited about these because I would say that they're one of the newest ones on the market, and the biggest pro on these ones is they heat. This part right here actually heats up, and that's really, really awesome. They do feel really, really nice. I'm gonna be honest, they feel really nice. I would say that they are pretty comfortable. These do have a really good charge. The suction on these also is really, really good, which is nice. I would say assembling and disassembling is not the best, but it's not the worst, because really with this piece, you really have to just go around to make sure that it's on snug. If it's not on snug, it's gonna leak. But I would say pouring and everything was fine. My downsides on the Yuthi is here, there's no indicator light of time wise, and that's also with the Willow Go. I really like to just put these in and then just go, and I could just glance down. I don't have to have my phone on me, especially if I'm doing something else, to see how much time and how long I've been pumping. However, I love that these do come with like this case so that you could put this on and you could set your pumps down. My issue with the Willow Go is these things fall over all the time, and it's so annoying, especially when they're covered with milk. It's really, really irritating. Another really big pro is this USB charging, okay? This charger comes with a USB, but it connects to the 2 cords to charge, and the charge, it's magnetic, and you just, like that, easy. Because a lot of the pumps come with 2 different cords for each pump, and you need to plug them in individually. And if you do not have an adapter that has 2 USBs or just a 2 USB outlet or something, it's just not convenient. And for example, I just want to show you the Yufys are like this. I don't know if you can see, but it's a slanted charger. It's very irritating. Let's see if I could show you. Another thing which is amazing with these is they come with extra flanges, which is great. If you just get the Eufy 1 and not the Pro, it comes with this little bag here, which to me, I ended up buying an extra case for my Willow Go's, like a hard case, because these are really expensive. And so for me, like pumping at work, I want them in a hard case because I'm traveling with them. Honey, this is just not really gonna be realistic unless I'm going somewhere like to someone's house or something. Like I want them to be protected, especially at the price point. So some negatives with this, and I'm not sure why too many people have not been talking about it when I saw other reviews. The flange on this is so short. Like the back is just, it's so short. So if you do have elastic tissue, I was hitting the back of this and it was pinching. It was extremely uncomfortable. And another thing is I've heard is that if you do have elastic tissue, the heating is not the best. It's going to make it worse. So I ended up using, this is the May Mom inserts. They're a little bit longer, so I put them inside, and I don't know if you can see, but it kind of will like stick out a little bit more, so it gives me some more room. The negatives is, I feel like the negative is like, then it kind of, depending on the size of your insert, it could inhibit the heat, so you're not getting all the heat. Another problem I had is now with the insert, I experienced leaking. Then the inserts that it came with just won't work for you, which is great though that they have the inserts, because with the wearable, you do need to use inserts if you need them. Otherwise, they're just not gonna work. And I forgot to mention, they're all pretty much quiet pumps. So if you are like in an office and you wanna wear them around, they are pretty quiet, all of them. Next is the Momcozy M9s. So I'm saving, in my opinion, the best for last, and let me share with you why. With having elastic tissue, the flange in here is a lot longer, so it's a lot more comfortable. Another thing is, because I shared with the Willow Go, that flange is really uncomfortable. This one is softer and a lot easier to like cling on to you. So to me, I didn't experience leaking with this. I'm able to just use a standard insert, although they do come with inserts when you purchase the Momcozy, which is great, but I already have inserts. So I just put my inserts in and it works great for me. The settings, as more of just an experienced pumping mama, I can really jack my pumps up. And for me, that's just how I get the most milk. I do need like an intense pull, and this gives me that, but it's also very, very gentle. Another thing that I really, really love is that it gives you the time on the top and the battery, which is great. So like I said, you don't have to use the app, but if you would like to use the app, one thing that's great about the app is you can sync your two pumps together, so they're pulling at the same time. Very easy to assemble and put apart. It is my favorite in the sense of putting it together. To me is the easiest. I would also say that the app is really user-friendly, super, super easy. And the battery life on this and the Eufy is very good. I could only get a couple pumps out of my Willow, but the Yuthi and the Momcozy, I would say, battery life is very impressive. I wanted to share, this also comes with a little cover so you can place your pumps down like this, or I prefer this one, the way that the bottom is here, because it's like a bottle and it won't fall over. Like you're not gonna have your milk spill out. So for me, that's great. Another thing is this is very leak proof. Let me take it off and show you the inside. Like the way you get your milk out is literally, this is a bottle. So it's like not gonna leak. You have to pour it out from here, which is great because the last thing you want is to pick up your baby and your milk spills out, because I've had that happen to me, especially with the Willow Go's. This spout here is open unless you upgrade to the cup that has a closure here. But look, I don't want to buy all these extra pieces. I want to be able to buy the pump and have what I need. And Momcozy comes with this case. This is what I need every mobile pump to come with. Like, if you're spending so much money, please provide a protective case, okay? So the cups go perfectly inside. Let me show you. So the pumps fit perfectly inside, and it's a hard case. You zip it up and you're good to go. However, Momcozy does come with the 2 charging cords, which I connect to a USB that will connect into one. So I'm able to just plug this in. But also at work, I'm able to just plug these into my computer because they are USB to charge my pumps. Of course, everybody wants, I feel like when you have a wearable, you want it to be quiet. I would say these are all pretty quiet pumps. The next thing I would say is probably like size-wise, because you want something discreet, but I'm gonna be completely honest. Discreet, I thought was important until you realize you really are never pumping like out in the open. Like I'm pumping at work in private, or I'm pumping on my way home into work. And then if I do need to put these in, I'm at home, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like. I have pumped like around friends and stuff, but I don't mind if I either have a traditional flange or a wearable on with my friends. So you might think it matters, but it might not to you in the long run. So let me show you size-wise kind of what they all look like together, so you can just compare and see size-wise what it looks like for you. So I would say maybe the Momcozy, I don't know, I would say maybe the Willow is definitely the sleekest. However, I would say Willow is the heaviest. And I would say Eufy is probably the lightest, and then Momcozy in the middle. But I would say in your bra, because of the tapered top, this one just does work better for me in my bra too. And as a mom that has been doing this for a while, I think I'm able to share with you guys some things that you might not have thought about, especially if you are new to pumping. So let me know if you guys have any comments, questions down below, and I'll catch you in my next video.